Happy Tuesday, everybody. This is Dr. Stephanie, your double board certified critical care physician. I work with physicians who are struggling with their jobs, burnt out with their careers, or who just want some career advice. Through my books, webinars, coaching, and speaking, I help physicians discover alternative jobs and careers in medicine so that they can practice medicine on their own terms. Welcome to this Tuesday's edition of Let's Talk Tuesday, sponsored by Floyd Lee Locums. I'm so happy and excited to be on with you guys tonight. I'm excited about what we're going to talk about. But before we get started, I have a favor. If you're here, just drop a comment to let me know that you're here. If you're watching this on replay, type replay. If you like a comment, hit the like button. If you love it, hit the love button. And please feel free to share this video and to tag anybody in the comment section who you think needs to hear this information. So like I said, this is Let's Talk Tuesday with Floyd Lee Locums. And what I'm going to talk about is locums logistics, how to get work done while you're getting work done. And the reason why I want to talk about this, because these are some of the tools that I use to get work done while I'm away working on my locums assignment. Because so often people ask me, Stephanie, how do you manage to be away from home so much? Hi, Dr. Don, how are you? Thanks for joining. How do you manage to be away from home so much? How do you get other things done while you're away from home working on your locums assignments? So what I'm going to do is just share with you a couple of tools and products that I use that has really made my life as a traveling physician so much easier. And the reason I wanted to take this opportunity to share with you all this information is because, and I keep saying this, at your second job as a locums doctor is to find your next job as a locums doctor. And literally as a locums doctor, when you are in the process of getting credentialed and getting licenses, time is money. Because there's some hospitals, some organizations that only meet once a month to discuss credentialing. And if your packet is not ready to go before the credentialing committee because you haven't gotten all of your paperwork in and your documentation in, then that can delay your start time. So therefore, it's very important that as a locums physician who is always in the market for the next assignment, the next job, you have to be effective, you have to be efficient in getting your paperwork done. So I want to take a couple of minutes today to share with you some of the tips and tricks and tools that I use. The first thing that I use that has been a game changer for me is Dropbox. Now, I will say this for anybody who is looking at this video, please feel free to share in the comments the apps and things that you use that make everything easier for you as well. So I use Dropbox, and Dropbox is a file sharing service that allows you to share files across multiple devices and online as well. So you can, share a file to your Dropbox account on your laptop, and then it'll automatically be saved online, and then it'll automatically be saved to your iPhone or your iPad. And that is very helpful because it allows you as a physician to organize all of your credentials in one place. And we have a ton of credentials that need to be organized. And it allows you to organize those credentials in one place and to share them easily with the locums agency, your credentialing agents, the hospitals, whenever they need it. So all you have to do is upload a document to your Dropbox, save it to the appropriate file, and then when you need to share that file with somebody, just send somebody the link to your Dropbox file. And that has been so helpful to me because I'm able just to, access my Dropbox on my phone, copy the link, email the link to whomever needs it, and the information is there. So that's one thing that I've used that has really helped me is a Dropbox or any other file sharing service as well. The next thing I use that has also been a game changer is Scanner Pro, or any kind of scanning app to your iPhone. And Scanner Pro is an app that's available on any of your smartphones, and it allows you to basically just scan any document or any picture, convert it to a PDF file or a JPEG file, and then you can save that scanned file to your phone. You can save it to your Dropbox account. You can email it to people, or you can even fax it via your iPhone as well also. And Scanner Pro has essentially eliminated my need for a fax machine, because I scan everything with my iPhone, upload it to my Dropbox, and then do whatever needs to be done with that document, whether it needs to be emailed to somebody or whether or not it needs to be faxed to somebody. Then that allows me to do it. And then also Scanner Pro has really cut down on the paper and the clutter in my office, because I just scan everything that's important to my phone, save it in my Dropbox, and get rid of the hard copy of the paper. So Scanner Pro has really kind of helped me to stay organized, not just in terms of, files and having access to files. It's actually helped me stay organized and cutting down the clutter and the paperwork in my office. So Scanner Pro, or any other mobile scanning app, is amazing. The next thing I use that has been really helpful to me is SignNow. SignNow, or any other kind of electronic signing service like DocuSign, is essential. SignNow has basically eliminated my need to have a printer. See, as physicians, we're always getting documents that we always have to sign. And sometimes when you're on the road, when you're working, when you're traveling, you don't have access to a printer. And a lot of hospitals have now restricted the access that you have to their computers. So sometimes you can't even check your personal email anymore. So you can't even check your, your personal Yahoo account or your Gmail account. And sometimes you can't even print out personal documents on the hospital computers. And then once you get done working in the hospital, you don't want to go to the business center in the hotel because you're actually tired. So, then you're stuck with, how am I going to print this document out in order to sign it? Well, I just use SignNow. And SignNow is a product that allows you to e-sign documents either on your laptop, on your tablet, or your iPhone. So all you have to do is just, upload the document to the app, e-sign it, and either save it or send it to whomever requested your signature. And so that is a very good thing to have, especially as a locums doctor, because it seems like we're being asked to sign something every single day. The next thing that I use that I really like, and it really helps in terms of keeping up with the finances that you will have to deal with as a locums doctor, because I keep reiterating this in all of my talks, that as a locums doctor, you're an independent contractor. So that means you're essentially a small business, and you need to keep up with your income and your expenses and categorize everything. And so one of the best ways to do that is to use QuickBooks Online. It's very simple. It's very easy to set up. You can also give your accountant access to your QuickBooks information, so she can help you when it comes tax season. She's going to be asking you for less stuff, because if you have already put everything in QuickBooks and organized it like they asked you to do, it makes keeping up with your bookkeeping and preparing your taxes much more pleasant. So QuickBooks Online is a good tool to have, and they also have an app as well. And I think they also have it so where you can actually scan your receipts into the QuickBooks app and categorize your receipts and keep up with your receipts based on that. So QuickBooks is also something that I use that I have really enjoyed as well. The other things that are essential: banking apps and travel apps. So if you're not doing online banking, you're like 10 years behind the game. So just go ahead and do online banking and use your banking apps, because when you are a locums physician, you do not have time to run to the bank. And now with most banks having apps that have electronic deposit, that just so you can deposit your check via your mobile app, just scan it. That is amazing. And just having access to being able to keep up with your banking information on your app, that is a necessity. And then also the travel apps are a necessity as well too. Your airline apps allow you to check in your hotel apps. You can even check in on those as well. All of those things are just important to make travel more easy, more convenient. It's, oftentimes when you're traveling and there's delays, flight delays and cancellations, you get that information from a notification on your app sometimes before you hear it from the gate agent. And sometimes you're able to go online via your app to see when the next flights available are, so that you can, start the process of rebooking things yourself. So it is very important that you use the banking apps and travel apps so that you have access to your information while you're on the go. And the other thing that I just thought about that really has helped me out a lot is this little thing right here. And this is my Wi-Fi jetpack. This is my Wi-Fi jetpack. And this allows me to have a secure wireless connection regardless of where I go. And that is so huge and important to me, because you still have work to do sometimes, and you don't want to necessarily rely on the hotel Wi-Fi. The hotel Wi-Fi may not be secured. And this little buddy, this is a Verizon, and I absolutely love Verizon because it has great coverage, and I've never had a problem with my Verizon coverage. But my Wi-Fi jetpack allows me to get work done in the airports, in the hotels, and also in the hospitals, because as a locums doctor, there are going to be times in which you're going to have to do work in terms of getting applications done, credentialing needs to be done, and if you have a little time at the hospital, pull out your laptop, and you're not going to want to use the hospital's Wi-Fi because that may not be secure. So you'll have your own Wi-Fi. So let me see if I can add this here. Let me see if I can add, let's see. We're going to do like a Wi-Fi jetpack, because that has been so valuable to me in terms of being able to always be able to work on the go, regardless of where I am, to get a lot of work done. Yeah, Wi-Fi jetpack, and every single carrier has it. Before I have had Verizon jetpacks, and I have multiple of these. I even bought my mom one so she could have it in the house, in her house. So Wi-Fi jetpack, had one from Verizon. I've had one from AT&T. These things are amazing. So I would highly recommend that for anybody that's going to be traveling for any amount of time and finds it a necessity to have access to their internet, you're going to need your own Wi-Fi jetpack. So let's just go through the comments. Let's see. Dr. Dawn said, yeah, Dropbox to organize your credentials, Scanner Pro, QuickBooks. Dr. Wood said, Smooth Travels. It checks you in. The flight apps are wonderful, so you can check in 24 hours before your flight is scheduled to depart. All of those things are so important. And then also the importance of having a good cell phone, because so often that now many hospitals are even requiring you to have these smartphones because they use it as a way, everybody's doing away with pagers, so they're using smart messaging apps. And so you're going to have to be able to download the different apps from the hospitals that the hospitals use in order to allow their physicians to communicate between each other. So one of the things is, don't be afraid to invest in whatever smartphone you want. Look at your smartphone not as a phone, but as a mobile computer, because that is exactly what it is. It's a mobile computer, a small handheld computer that has so many applications and holds so much information that's really invaluable to you as a person who is always away from home, always traveling. Dr. Wood says she's watching from the airport. Thank you for joining us and watching us in between your flights. I hope you're going somewhere fun. But exactly, we're always on the go, so we always need to stay connected in order to be able to work, be able to get work done while we're getting work done. Because like I said, as a locums doctor, your next job. Your second job is to find your next job. And the sooner you get your information in, if you can have a smaller, shorter turnaround time in terms of, hey, Dr. Freeman, we need X, Y, and Z, pull out your smartphone, send the Dropbox link to the person who requested that information. The sooner you can kind of get those things turned around, the quicker you can work. Dr. Wood says you can use a hotspot on your phone as Wi-Fi in a clutch. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's something that you can do as well. Oh, Dr. Wood says she's headed back home. Well, I hope you're coming from someplace fun. So I hope you are. I hope you had a chance to get away and at least disconnect a little bit. But right. So like I said, those are just some of the things that I've used that has helped me. Dr. Dawn says, haven't heard of the Wi-Fi jetpack. I'll pick one up. I've had this in my life for a good 5 years. And one of the reasons why I've had it is because I've had to do a lot of work, when I'm at work on the go. And I also do a lot of telemedicine coverage as well also. So I'm always traveling with not just one, but 2 laptops, because in case one goes down, I need to have a backup. And I always travel with my Wi-Fi jetpack because I have to have access to a safe, good, secured internet connection. And this little buddy does the trick. And as a matter of fact, I think it's time for me to upgrade it, because I think Verizon has now gone to the 5G instead of 4G. And so I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to go get a new toy one of these days. But yeah, so hopefully these are some of the things that you all can use to kind of help you be more organized and more efficient in terms of, getting things done while you're on the go. Dropbox is, like I said, that was a game changer for me. And I still probably don't have my Dropbox as organized as a Dropbox Pro would, but it has just made my life so much easier just to be able to scan it, upload it, and send somebody a link to, a large file of all my credentials. Scanner Pro turns your smartphone into a scanner, so you can scan your documents, store them, upload them, email them, or fax them directly from your phone. It is amazing. Like I said, Sign Now is an electronic document signing service, just along the same lines as DocuSign. So you can sign documents electronically on your laptop, your computer, your tablet, and your smartphone. Amazing. And once you sign those documents, you can do whatever you need to do with them: save them, store them, email them to whomever they need to be emailed to. QuickBooks is the way most of the accountants recommend that you keep up with your bookkeeping and accounting with the revenue that you generate from working as a locums doctor or any small business that you may be doing. And having the banking and travel apps on your phone and using them religiously is a must. And then also Wi-Fi jetpack. So these are just some of the tips and tricks and tools that I've discovered over the last couple of years. Dr. Dawn says, good info. Thank you so much for joining me. And like I said, if anybody else has anything that they use to help them keep up with all the things you need to keep up with as a small business owner, which is what we are as locums doctors. We are business people. I would love to read about them in the comments. But one of the things I want to encourage everybody to do, everybody who is thinking about locums, everybody who's done locums, everybody who's interested in locums, I want you to reach out to the locums experts at Floyd Lee Locums at www.floydleelocums.com. Floyd Lee Locums is a concierge locums company, and they take pride in making sure they match you with the perfect and optimal locums assignment. They've been in the business for a long time. They are experts, and they know the tips and the tricks and what you're going to need as a locums doctor. And just because they are so amazing and so responsive to the physicians, and they really know what it's like to travel for your work, this is what they gave me for Dr. Day. Look at this, a travel companion, a travel pouch, which is great because guess what? I'm traveling all the time. Need something for my, my toiletries. And that's just how thoughtful Floyd Lee Locums is. They understand and they get it. They know what it's like to be on the road. They know what it's like to be away from your family. They know what it's like to have to work someplace else on a temporary basis. So what they do is they're able to connect with you, connect you to the right job, and understand what it is you're going to need in order to be successful as a locums physician. So www.floydleelocums.com. I really appreciate you all joining me on this Tuesday's edition of Let's Talk Tuesday. I am Dr. Stephanie, and we will talk soon. Bye-bye.